Welcome to the Fat Cats Rugby podcast, bringing you candid rugby conversations, great interviews and insights into Ugandan rugby, and a touch of rugby in Africa and the world over. Fat Cats Rugby podcast is a product of Fat Cats Media brand for all your audio-visual content needs and equipment hire. Hope you enjoy this episode.
Were you playing?
Six-shuttered.
Six?
Yes. Central midfield.
You had the
Central
engine.
defender. Have you seen this head? When I go up, nobody can stop me. all the area balls.
Hey, nothing could pass.
No.
That has killed me.
Yes, I used to eat over. Is it six tray of eggs?
6 trays
A
of.
month. Yeah,
But wait,
to put this weight.
It was an intentional thing to transition you to prop.
When you force somebody to do what he doesn't want, regardless it being your child or whatever, you know, sometimes, especially in school, it's the influence of the friend.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
So,
And that plays a big part for
thank
for
you,
children.
Thank you. So, regardless of you find yourself being stressed
Yes.
over a son who, you
When
know,
your son wants to be a dancer.
yes. And so, God forbid. Sport.
The beautiful thing about rugby is that every week there's an interesting story. There's always something to tell. There's always a little bit of controversy. And there's always amazing news depending on what side of the scoreboard you be at. Welcome to the Fat Cats podcast. Yet another episode, another opportunity for candid rugby conversations. My name is Ruben Kihumuro. And yet again, here with another particularly interesting guest. As we promise to deliver so many engaging conversations with people, the movers and the shakers in the game, the stakeholders in the game, and of course, those that share the passion that we all share. Rugby on the pitch and rugby as a lifestyle. But today, the gentleman that I do have on the podcast is Rhinos rugby coach, former Rhinos player, former national team prop, current Uganda under-20 rugby cranes coach, and he is a biomedical engineer. Mr. Martial Tchumkam. Is that how they pronounce the name? Tchumkam?
Yes.
In this intro that I've given, have I left out anything in particular?
That's the most important one.
The most important. Other things are not really important. So, but anyway, we were just hinting on it offset. I was wondering, how does someone become, or what is a biomedical engineer? Because I'm feeling there is a part of medical, then I'm hearing engineer. So how does that work?
Thank you first of all for having me. Biomedical engineer is it's a course that you do from the university that involve both the medical and the technical part of the medical equipment. So being an engineer in biomedical means that you deal with the equipment you install. You have sometime communication with the manufacturer to tell them about some diseases that we have in Uganda, and then you do some prototype to be able to tell them here in Uganda, if we manufacture this equipment like this, it will be good for the African market.
Okay.
And then when they do that, you are the one to train the people how to use it. You are the one to maintain it. You are the one to install it. So that's where the engineering part comes.
Okay, there's a lot we're going to talk about, but producer, I just hope that his mic is as close as possible, because I don't want us to miss anything in particular. You can come and, I think that's fine. That's better. So first things first, I want us to go into a few Google search excerpts. You know, every time we get a guest on here, first go and see what Google is saying about them. Yeah? So that in case we have a serial killer, we're asking someone, why are you a serial killer? But the first one I'm going to hint on is an article that was put out saying, and this is the headline, Uganda Rugby Union Awards 2022, Coach of the Year Domestic. Theo Mohammed, Heathens, Martial Tchumkam, Rhinos, Robert Musinguzi, Pirates, Richard Lumu, Rams. So when in the year 2022, when you got nominated for that award, how did that make you feel?
It's always a good thing knowing that your hard work is being acknowledged by people out there. Yeah, it's always a good thing. So I felt happy and I was contented.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. So I think another thing that I want us to touch on is the fact that there was another pointer or another headline that said the Rugby Cranes are the 2015 Regional Elgon Cup winners after defeating a strong Kenyan team 30-25 in the return leg played at Legends Rugby Club on Saturday. At that time, of course, the team was coached by the late Robert Seguya, and on the day you are a try scorer. How did that particular matchup make you feel? I mean, Elgon Cup has become a rarity. It is a treasure. It's like gold when it comes to Uganda rugby.
May so rest in peace. One of the greatest rugby players I've known in Uganda. Martial, as a rugby player, I've encountered so many challenges in Uganda, and I've encountered so many memorable time in Uganda. And my rugby career, I've been coached by so many people because when I came into Uganda, I was taught rugby by Ugandans, the Musokes, and during my time, I got taught by Sam Hamia, Robert Seguya. So all the coaches that figure in the national team. So me scoring a try that day was, a kind of a dream come true, because the rival between Uganda and Kenya is always a good one. And just to mention and then shout out to my fellow vet, since we have a game on the 8th of June. The same.
Are the vets fit? Are they ready?
We are working towards that. We are working towards that. I myself have not just started because I got injured in the Mongas game.
Oh.
Yes.
So you got injured?
Yeah, on the knee.
So you were playing?
Yes, I played, the second team.
For the second team?
Yeah, the second team.
Okay.
Yeah, second team.
Rugby is very addictive. Even when you say you've retired, you've not really retired.
It is.
The only way you can retire from rugby is by not being at a rugby club.
No, the fun is that I flew in that same day.
You flew in that same day?
In Entebbe, and then I reached, there were no players. So I just had to look for a pair of boots, and then...
You talked about something, of course, coming into Uganda and learning your rugby from Uganda.
Yeah.
And there is a particular quote that I think you're even looking at my script. I don't know how this came, but you said, I came to Uganda in 2006 as a footballer, but I ended up playing rugby.
Yes.
First and foremost, there's always this confusion. Where did you come from? Is it Cameroon or Senegal?
No. I was in Dubai.
Dubai?
Yes.
What is your country of origin?
Cameroon.
Cameroon?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm a Cameroonian by birth. Yes.
So how did fate lead you to this country in East Africa?
It's a very, very sad and very, very, very sad memory.
Okay.
In Dubai, I went to Dubai. I was working in Dubai.
Yeah.
But I had a short-term visa.
Okay.
So, and I needed to have a permanent visa. And for you to have a permanent visa, you need to apply.
Okay.
Go out of the country, and then they send you
back.
a temporary visa. You go for medical checkup, and then they grant you a visa. So that's how I came in Uganda. I never went back.
So you found yourself in Uganda, and you just you are like, this place is very epic.
Yes, I came in Uganda. I never went back. Yes, that is a bit sad. But I stay in Uganda because I was duped. Because the company that I was working for, you apply through the company that you are working for to be able to come out.
Okay.
And then the company is going to follow your documentation, and then they will send you the temporary visa for you to come. And that never happened.
So to go to Dubai, where were you before?
I left Cameroon. I went to Zimbabwe for my master's. So I went to Zimbabwe, and another sad story.
You have so many sad stories.
Yeah, because when I went to Zimbabwe, that was in 2004.
Yeah.
I reached when Mugabe had chased the white, took all the white property, and then chased the white out of the country. So it happened that the university that I've paid for my school fees and everything was owned by one of the white. So reaching there, I was in front of the obstacle, so there was nothing to do. But being from where I come from, the firstborn is never a failure.
Firstborn is never a failure.
It's never
you
a
must
failure.
succeed.
You cannot go back home.
How?
No, it's never a failure. So being there, I had to survive. So that's how I started playing soccer. I played for Cape United.
Okay.
Yeah, one of the first division team there. And then they provided me with accommodation and everything. So after that, I was doing tutoring for kids who were working, their parents were working at the WHO and everything. So, and then I make my way to Dubai.
Football, what position were you playing?
Six-shirted.
Six?
Yes, central midfield.
You had the
central
engine.
defender. Have you seen this head? When I go up, nobody can understand. all the area balls.
Nothing could pass. That has killed me. But yeah, that's very interesting. Do you think you can still play football right now? You think you still have the touch?
As Red saw me playing several times at Legend with those soccer players.
Yeah.
And then the guy asked me, but boss, you cover even more space than this guy. It's part of the, Cameroonian, we were born soccer players. So every small area in Cameroon is a soccer pitch. So every evening after school, we meet and play. Weekend, same thing. So it will never, maybe I'm a bit roasted now, but the thoughts are still there.
Okay. That's very, very interesting. But now, transitioning, of course, to Uganda and staying in Uganda, how was the transition in culture? Of course, you have lived in Dubai, you've lived in Zimbabwe, you have you're from Cameroon, and then you find yourself now in Uganda. And this is not something you had planned for.
No.
What was that transition like?
Oh, the people are lovely.
The people are lovely.
The people are lovely.
I think Ugandans being very good or very welcoming to other people is a bit dangerous for us because we don't know who we might welcome.
That is true, but your kindness, your hospitality make who you are.
Okay.
Yeah, there are certain things you cannot change because Uganda is hospitable. I had two opportunities, by the way, when I was leaving Dubai to come because it was 10 days. I said, let me come and visit a different country where I'm waiting for a visa. There was Kenya and Uganda. They were close to Dubai compared to Cameroon.
Okay.
So I said, let me come to Uganda. Then I visit Uganda because when we were growing, we saw a lot of story about Uganda in the
Pearl of Africa.
No. In the time of Idi Amin.
Idi Amin.
Yes. So, and me, I'm that kind of guy. I love those scary things. So I love.
You love scary things.
Yes. So I said.
So you're hearing a lot of scary things about Idi Amin, and you decide to come to Uganda
to see, because it was just a 10-day thing. So I come here and then everything that we've been watching, seeing, and then I see things are really different compared to what we've been seeing. Yes,
is in the news.
I remember my late dad asked me, boss, what are you doing here? What are you doing? What are you doing in Uganda? I told him, Dad, it's just that you are not here. If you come to this country, you will not even want to go. You at your age, you will not want to go back to Cameroon because these guys are just friendly. Yeah. So now for the transition was at the beginning was tough because I was trying to adapt to so many things. the language. One of the things that I failed to play soccer, it was about the language, because
So you wanted to give soccer a shot in Uganda?
Because that's what I knew best. I didn't know anything about rugby, so I knew soccer. I said, since I'm here, let me try to, at a certain point, people thought that I came to Uganda just to play rugby. I'm not educated and everything. And for me, I was okay with that. I was okay with that. But today, for those that was thinking, I've been vindicated. But later on, things became easy when I started playing rugby, by the way. Things became easy because I remember I used to live in Entebbe, because I stayed in Entebbe for 3 years. I used to live in Entebbe to come to Kampala for training.
Okay.
Yes.
Anyway, so of course there's a transition. Now you're in Uganda. Now you're trying to figure out football. But then you're trying to move. I don't know, how did that switch to rugby happen? Of course, and then on top of that, of course, I've noticed when in our sport, majority of the communication that happens in Luganda.
Yes.
Now you're a man that has come in a new country. You want to play a new sport, and on top of that, there's that challenge of the communication. Of course, not that the people don't know English, but it is more comfortable for people to relay the messages in that language.
Yes.
So, how did that happen?
Well, from soccer to rugby, I remember there was
before you even get particular into that, which clubs in Uganda did you try out with? Football clubs first did you try out with?
There was a second division team in Entebbe. Yeah, I started playing with them, and then they discovered that I was a bit on the high. So I remember
Age-wise, right?
No. Like my skill.
Okay.
So and then I remember meeting Ochom Brian, who used to be a former Rhino. I think he's now in Afghanistan or something. And then he's the one who all the time I was going to play, and then he came and watched my game once and he said, "You're not going to make headways there. So you come, I take you to rugby." And then I tell him, "What is rugby?" Because truth be told, I was in Zimbabwe, but I knew nothing about rugby.
Okay.
What is rugby? And then he said, "No, you come, we'll go and watch a game, and then from there you will decide." So that's how Ochom took me to Rhinos, one of the Rhinos game, because he was playing. And I watched the game, I said, I think this is the sport I need to play. Okay. Because when I was growing up, I started judo at the age of 10.
Judo?
Yes. And judo is similar to rugby. You catch a guy, you fight. I said, I think this is something that is going to, take this adrenaline that I have for me, the stress and whatsoever. And that's how he introduced me to Fabian.
Okay.
Fabian Tonda, who is now the Monga's coach. Yeah. He used to be the chairman, the chairman of Rhinos. Oh. Yes. Okay. Yes. Fabian used to be the chairman of Rhinos. So that's how he introduced me to Fabian. And then Fabian took me to John Musoke and Henry Musoke.
This was which year?
That was in 2008. Yes.
8.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because I came in 2006.
So
yes.
Now, whenever coaches and management normally see new players, especially new players that they're just trying to teach the sport, they already assume that you because of your size you need to be a lock, because of your size you need to be a scrum half. What was your first position, or the one they told you to train for?
I play 8.
8.
I was number 8. I was very mobile. I played 7s. People don't know I play 7s in Uganda. I wish you have told me you're going to ask this question. I would have come with pictures.
You can send the pictures. We shall overlay them. No problem.
So even when I came to Uganda, I was this small. So for me to play prop, Henry Musoke took it on him to make me to put on weight.
Okay.
Yes, I used to eat over. Is it 6 trays of eggs?
6 trays of.
Yeah.
But wait.
To put this weight.
It was an intentional thing to transition you to prop.
Yeah,
because most rugby players don't want to be in that front row.
Because I had the strength, and then I didn't give a damn wherever I wanted. So long as I went into the sport.
Yeah.
You understand? And so I just decided to walk, to follow whatever Henry was telling me. And that's how I put on weight, because he was taking me to the gym, making me to eat, and that is how I put on this weight. And then started playing.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, of course, for those that are watching, we are at the Gardens, Nigeria. A very ideal space for your private parties, but even if you want to just come out with friends and family and enjoy a good time, there's a very, very open, serene space, but there's also a lovely bar for you to enjoy yourself. And every Tuesday, they do have a quiz that you can indulge yourself in, test your mind, and get to win a lot of prizes. But also every last Saturday of the month, they have the East Africa Meat Carnival, so you can check that out if you're a foodie. If you love meat, then this is one you ought to check out every last Saturday of the month. But yeah, ideally, one of the other quotes that I want us, or the other captions that I've from the Google search that I want us to talk about, was one where you talked about restoring Rhinos' pride.
Yeah.
This was around 2021, in an article that was done with Daily Monitor with Deus Bugembe, where you, of course, at this time, Rhinos had a bit of a dip, but now you're trying to revive it. You're getting into coaching. What inspired you? Of course, we're going to talk a little bit about your career as a player, but now just maybe foreboarding and just going ahead into the coaching bit of it. What inspired you at this point to be like, you know what, this Rhinos team that I saw with Shell Rimula and everything, this is now what I want?
Having had a good mentor, but there came a time where, as you said, Rhinos were declining, and we had no coach, no sponsor, and somebody had to take the baton and say, now we cannot allow the club to go down. And I remember I told Alex, may God bless that man. Yeah, I told Alex, I want to take on the role of coach.
Okay.
I will step down, take on the role of coach, and then I will start coaching. So Alex sat down and said, Martial, this could be a very good thing. You do it, because before even that, you know, remember the year where the John Musoke were banned?
Yes.
I was a coach, the TM player of Rhinos. So I'd already tested. So I said, let me take it, regardless how we are going down. So after a year, I discovered that I'm doing things the ordinary. I supposed to do things the right way. So rugby is a very light sport, and there are so many areas to tackle. And there are so many areas to watch when you are watching a game of rugby. So that's why sometimes even you watch a live one, for you to be able to get everything that happens, you need to go and watch the game or maybe video or something. So I told Bolotti, I'm retiring you. You have to retire and they will come and coach. I cannot do this alone. And for some reason, and he said, yes, Martial, let's do this.
I think one of the things that I have noted was the fact that, at least me, the Rhinos team I played against was full of old-timers.
Yes.
Very, very seasoned people in the game.
No, very true.
And now the team that you're leading is a group of people who I think even are not above 28 majority of
very
them.
True.
Even
very
27 true. May be a stretch.
Yes,
but
a stretch, yeah.
What led you guys to make that decision? You know what? Let us focus on the younger crop and grow with that.
One of the things I'm going to say, no offense to the old Rhinos player, it's difficult for a player who have been on the pitch with you.
Yeah.
And then you retire, and then you come and you want to coach, and then he listens. He give you a listen.
I used to see you miss tackles, and now you're telling me to tackle.
Thank you. So it's very difficult. And also, looking at the involvement of the game, you needed to start
from the ground,
and then try to bring. And because we were already there, so I needed to start with people who want to give something back. Because all guys were already in the comfort zone, you know, during training, a guy is at work, he will prioritize his work than coming for training. You know, all those things were affecting the team. So I had to take the drastic decision to say that let me go with the young players, and I think it's paying off.
How's that transition been for you as a person? You're a very busy man, you know, of course, with your work. Then you have to make time for coaching, which means you have to make time to prepare the coaching books. Then also you have to go and do the courses that are necessary. So how has it been for you? And how are you even prioritizing the time?
At the beginning, I was not trained to be a coach. You understand? I was not trained to be a coach. But the passion, you know, when you have the passion for something, you create time. So the passion that I had pushed me to go to that extreme end. And eventually, I started reading a lot about coaching. I started looking for articles and everything before I even went for the training with the union. And thank you for the union for giving that platform, because I'm talking to you presently. I'm a level 2 coach of rugby and level 2 of S&T. So kudos to the union for that. So then when I did those courses, it gave me a different dimension of coaching. You know, when you do level 1, you think you are the superstar. But when you go and do level 2, you understand that level 1 is just an introduction to coaching. And then when you reach level 2, that's where you understand that you know how to plan a training session. You can even do a 1 month plan. So that's why you see, even when I'm busy now with the team that I have, we have a plan to take the team forward. So if I'm not there, I know Timo is there, I know Jimmy is there. Lately we brought Boskut to put another more firepower in the back line. Remember, last Rhinos has always been known for forward play. So we needed to abolish that to be able to be equivalent in all the areas. So, and if you see, that is what is coming up slowly, because I had to bring Bosco to be able to bring another dimension of the game to the players. But the transition for me was it was not easy. It was not easy, but my life has been, you know, being resilient all the time, regardless of what. You look at you don't look at the present goal. You look at the end goal. So that's what keep on pushing me to achieve my target.
In this coaching space, who has been your mentor, or who are those guys that you consult, especially on a few issues?
I'm going to shock you. I'm that kind of person. Even a player can be my mentor. I always ask questions. I always ask questions. Bobby, who is not here, of Pirate, was my mentor. Yes, the John Musonke, who started this. Sometimes he even comes once in a while to see what I'm doing. Makalama has been my mentor. You know, I Sam Amia has been my mentor. So, and my coach. Remember those days of Bamburi? Yes. So I'm that kind of person. And my national team players, my fellow vet, I always ask questions. Brian Odong, I always ask questions because I want to know more. I believe the moment you stop learning is when you're in your grave. So every day you keep on learning something. Every day you keep on learning something. So I have had a lot of people helping me. I forgot to mention, even Red. There's a time when I was struggling with the back line. Red will tell me some tips. You know, you can be a coach. Yes. You can be a coach, but a player who is a coach who has played like as a back line will give another dimension of the coaching aspect in the back line that you don't have. You understand? So,
national team. From someone that had wanted to play football, you get convinced to come into rugby. You get into number 8 as your first position.
No, in Rhinos.
In Rhinos.
Yes, a national team I've never been in.
Yes, I know. get into number 8 as your first position
Yes.
at club.
Yes.
Then you transition and become a prop.
Yes.
When did the conversations about being part of the national team setup start?
You know, remember at that particular time, Henry Musoke was the team manager of the national team. And then he has spotted that there was a gap in the front row. So that's when the conversation started.
Okay.
And he said, no, this guy has a strength, so we just need to put on some weight and for him to be able to play in that position. And then that's how he started putting me in the gym, and then I started hitting the gym and blah, blah, blah. And I was selected.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, I was selected earlier, but I could not play because the law was saying I had to have been in the country for 36 months.
For 36 months?
Yes, because I was using my passport to be able to play for Uganda. So I had to wait for that period of time, and then...
So your debut was against which team?
in 2012.
2012 against
Kenya.
Kenya.
That's the year we won the Elgon Cup.
So you are part of a team that won the Elgon Cup
Yes.
in 2012
Yes.
and in 2015.
Yes. So I came off the bench in Uganda when we were hosting, and then I started in Kenya. I forgot something very important. Fred Mudola is one of my mentors because he's the one who was coaching the forward at that time. He was coaching the forward at that time. I remember the warm-up he gave me because I was on the bench. I was very nervous. You know, playing for a country is different from playing for a club.
Yes.
And you look at the pitch, everybody is full of everybody. Yes, you had a good season.
Yes.
People know what you can give, but man, going and playing for a country is not easy. So I was there. He's the one who came, took me outside. Marshall, you can do it. The warm-up he gave me, I went there, first calm down. They had to remove the Kenyan prop. So I really give kudos to all those guys because in this rugby, I'm who I am today because of all those guys who opened their heart to me and mentor me. Yeah.
But ideally retirement. At some point, like you said, you retired and decided to focus on coaching.
Yes.
Do you think that you achieved everything you had to achieve at club level and at test level?
Well, I started rugby late, first of all. So for somebody who started late, I think I've done my part as a player. You see, you cannot achieve as a player, but you can come and achieve as a coach. Okay. So what you've not been able to impact when you were in player, you can come and try to transfer those knowledge to the players for them to be able, for us to be able to achieve it together. Yes. So I don't lament so much on that.
Yeah.
Things happen in life for a reason. So we don't dwell too much on the past. We just look at what is ahead of us. Yeah.
Fondest memory when it comes to playing for Rhinos and for the national team for you?
That was in 2012 when we won the Elgon Cup. Because I remember it was over 6 years that we didn't win the Elgon Cup.
Yeah.
And I remember the joy in Kenya was epic. Going to Kenya and being able to win and come back. Brian Odong, Adigas, Alex Mubiru, Matthäus, Romano Ogwal, all those guys. So it was for me that's something that would never escape my mind because being a foreigner coming into a team that have not won a trophy, an Elgon Cup for 6 years, and then you are part of the team that win for 6 years after the 6 years. It's for me it's big. For me it's big. Yeah. Okay. And for Rhinos, is when we came second.
Second.
Yes.
That particular season, let's just talk about it a little bit. Yeah. Do you think there were a few mistakes that were there or something that didn't happen? Because that season you guys looked like you were going to win the league. And I remember that you guys were so dominant, especially the forwards, to the extent that there was even a Shell Remula ad that was made when you guys were scrummaging and you decimated the Cobs Park in one of the scrum downs in that matchup. Keep in mind, this is a corps that used to, at some point, wash Rhinos.
Yeah.
But that season, or at least for 1 or 2 seasons there was a lot of dominance. Why do you think, unfortunately, you're not able to get a league title in that period?
I think we're overconfident.
Overconfident?
Yes, and we failed to do the things right.
Basics.
I think, the basics. I think we were overconfident, and I think that is it. Because I really cannot say more than that. I think the confidence led us to our misfortune. Okay. We were overconfident. We thought that we arrived. If you discover after that season, that was a downfall of Rhinos. Rhinos started degrading.
Why was that the case? Because I feel like that team still had about 2 more seasons.
No, okay. Let me clarify things to you, because you see, when we got Shelby Miller, the sponsor said they want immediate success. So we had to shop.
Yes,
we had to shop. So we shopped the player for a season. So after the season, the money was
the KPIs
done.
They wanted.
Yes. So if we had won, Shelby Miller would be here. But we did not win, and then they decided to bring Story. And shout out to the sponsor. Coming to a team, you have to go through the process. The money we spend on that Shelby Miller, if we have put it in developing talent, trust me, Rhinos will be very, very far today. Okay. But we decided to put money and buy players.
We did not even Galactical project.
Yeah, we did not even last for 2 seasons. So, and after that, we went back. And since we lost Shelby Miller up to today, we are struggling to get a sponsor. So, you can imagine.
Is there any hope?
Yes, our ESCOM they are working very hard with the results that are coming. Yeah, people are knocking at the door. Okay. People are knocking at the door. So I'm pretty sure that coming maybe Sevens or maybe Uganda Cup, we'll have something coming up.
Okay. Yeah. We're looking forward to see that. Your toughest moment or toughest opponent in test rugby and at club level?
I remember Madagascar. Yes. I don't recall the year exactly. I went to Cameroon.
Yes.
And my fellow teammates had started training. So I come back and I had to catch up with training. But unfortunately, may so rest in peace again, Coach Abo was the one taking me for fitness and everything.
Yeah.
I think the team was Coach Abo, Fred, Magona. I pulled my lower disc.
Okay.
Yes. But there were only 3 prop and they needed a 4th prop to travel. So I had to travel. And I started.
With a messed up lower
back. And Madagascar time for play. It's a fast ball. Peep, 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 peep. So my back could not. So it was, I felt so bad about myself that I could let the team down. But at the same time, I said to I just make peace with myself because the coach knew the state that I was in. But I felt so bad, very, very bad. And that has been my worst game ever. My nightmare. Okay. Yes. For Rhinos is Ginger Ipo's always had expatriate. Yeah, there was this Muzungu who came from the UK and he was propping. You remember that year? That Muzungu tormented every prop in the league?
Yeah, I think I remember him.
So even Makalama was part of the people. Yeah, so I went for that game and the advantage that I had, I was the last person to go to the game, the last pop. And then all the other pop had already hinted me that, that man there, you have to prepare. Yeah. So I did my bit of preparation. And when we reached there, I was calm down, resorted to a fight. Yes, I usually don't fight in the game, but I was calm down, resorted to a fight, and then they had to take us out. They gave us a yellow card. We had to sit out of the game for 10 minutes. Yeah. And then after the game, we had to hug ourselves. And then when we came, we continued the fight.
When you came back,
yes, we continued the fight. So the ref just ignored us, and then I think the thing went into my head, so I did not play my game, so we were just looking at each other. Him also did not play, so we were just fighting. Anytime he has the ball, I would look where he is. I have the ball, he will look where I am, so it was just like that.
Did you guys have a conversation after the game?
No, after the game we shared, and that's the beauty about rugby.
That's the beauty about rugby.
Yes, in soccer it's not there.
In soccer the guys are still fighting.
Yes, after we share, and then we start exchange memory and whatever. Up to today, we're still in contact.
Okay, that's great. That's a very good story. Do you ever contemplate having played for any other club apart from Rhinos?
During my rugby career, I got approached by all the top 3 clubs. Yeah, and I'm how would you say, a loyal son. You understand? I like being where I always like being the underdog. So that I prove myself. And also I knew as a foreigner, being in a team that has a lot of superstars, I was not going to out-train myself. I was not going to out-train myself. Okay. But being in a team that we are down there, we are trying to, I'm going to out-train myself to become the best of me. Yeah. But there's a team that I would have really loved to play with. Pirates. Yeah, because I was very, very close to the Pirate ESCOM. Those they were very, very close to the coaches, very, very close to the players. Up to today, Etoket and I, we are very good friends. So Marvin, we are very good friends. Even those who have retired, they're very, very good friends. Yeah. Yeah, because remember, they were still a legend that time. Yeah. That was when it was Kampala Rugby Club.
Rugby Club.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So Rhinos, maybe in one sentence, or I don't know if you can put it in one sentence, what does it mean to you as a club? How would you describe it for someone?
Rhinos as a club.
Or whatever Rhinos means to you, what sentiment, what emotion does it evoke in you?
Before I answer you, I want to, being in a country, as a foreigner, and then a club bring you in, and then take you like their own, and then make you be somebody out there. When other people don't see you, make you be somebody out there, make you being a man, trying to wipe the tears of your misfortune, trying to be there for you when you thought all hopes is gone. Okay. Trust me, I don't think there's a word to describe that kind of thing. Okay. That's why you see I'm giving back, and I will continue giving back because they adopted me like their own. Okay. Yes.
So of course we're here just enjoying our NIL special, as of course we have our candid rugby conversations. So make sure as long as you are above 18 and you're not drinking and driving, that you're enjoying a NIL special while you listen to the podcast, whether you're listening on the audio version or you're watching on YouTube. And also for those that are looking forward to getting Fat Cats merchandise, it is all available. Just reach out on social media or reach out to any Fat Cat you can find. and get yourself a jumper, get yourself a tee, get yourself a bucket hat, get yourself a vest, get yourself all customized merch that really fits into your style and what you'd ideally like. Dress good and feel good. But yeah, let's jump into some other things besides the rugby.
Yeah.
A lot of people know you for the rugby. And today we have also learned that you're a biomedical engineer.
Yes.
But besides that, what other passions or hobbies do you have?
As I said, I used to be a soccer player, but I also used to play volleyball.
Volleyball as well?
Yes.
So judo, volleyball,
Yes. My wife is a volleyballer.
Okay.
I met her when I went to watch volleyball.
In Uganda?
Yes.
Your wife is Ugandan?
Yes.
Okay, well
My
done.
wife is Ugandan.
Ugandan women are the best in Africa, so you did well, sir.
My wife come from the family of Ian Munyani and Robert.
So
Aziku.
Ian Munyani and Robert Aziku are your, in Uganda we call them Bako.
Yes.
They're your in-laws.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Very interesting.
Robert Aziku, I was playing baseball when I introduced Robert Aziku
Baseball
to rugby.
from where? In Uganda?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Interesting.
There are sports in Uganda that you don't know. There are a lot of sport in Uganda. American football started recently.
I saw at Legends.
But he was there before.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
In the pipeline, working. Even how do you call Otim? I think he's a coach of baseball. Otim, the S&C coach of 7. Yeah. He's a coach of baseball.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, family life and finding balance. How do you work out those dynamics?
Well, having a woman who is a sport lady, I'm a
Yes.
sport lady, so they understand.
Okay.
So we understand each other very well. And presently, my son is a basketball player. So, and then people are saying, why are you not bringing rugby? I say, even my dad never dictated to me what sport he wanted me to play. So I chose what I wanted. And then fate brought me into rugby.
Okay.
So many basketball players end up playing rugby. You never know. Tomorrow my son might also come and play rugby.
Do you want your children to play rugby or your child to play rugby?
If it is his decision, I have no problem.
So you're not going to in any way influence?
No.
Yeah, I keep telling people, my son is a personal project.
No.
The two things I want. Okay, of course, at some point you have to let him decide. But the two things he needs to at least do is maybe go for. I don't know if KKL at the time will be there, but whatever small football academy will be there, and maybe tag rugby. Then he can decide to choose what he wants. So you're not going to influence him in that way. You're going to let him naturally draw towards.
One thing I've learned in human perspective.
Yeah.
When you force somebody to do what he doesn't want, regardless it being your child or whatever, sometimes, especially in school, is the influence of the friend.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
So,
and that plays a big part for
you,
children.
Thank you. So, regardless of you find yourself being stressed over a son who, you know,
your son wants to be a dancer.
Yes, so God forbid. Sport is okay for me.
Yes. As long as it is sport. But some people say dancing is sport. I think there is even a kind of dancing that is in the Olympics.
Well,
not that one. Not the those ones are talking about Negos. Look at them.
So long as my daughter is doing swimming.
Okay.
Not at professional level, but she's doing something.
Okay.
You understand?
So swimming is great.
Yeah, she's doing swimming. And once in a while, my wife take her to volleyball, and she's slowly getting interested.
You see how your wife is being strategic?
Yes.
Pushing her towards volleyball.
Which is okay. Which is okay.
You're being a cool dad.
No, you see, we the parent, we are never acknowledged in everything. You know that, right? We are never acknowledged. It's always the mom, which is okay. It's our cross and we carry it and we live with it. That I have no problem with that. You understand? I have no problem with it. So long as he's doing sport, he's doing something with passion.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
And he's also a very good soccer player.
Okay.
For information, but you see, in the school, actually, 2 weeks back, because you go to school in Kamboja, Kamboja International.
International.
Yes.
Recently, I don't know if you're so much on social media, but there is the ISA League that is coming up, or the International Schools, I think, Association something league, where it's only, at least the teams that are going to be participating for only international schools. So now for us, the poor people of Namibia, Smack, who are wondering how we can be able to infiltrate, but yeah, I get. They say that at Kamboja, I don't know if it's true. They say that at Kamboja, breakfast is lasagna. Is that true?
Well, somebody's poison can be somebody's medication. So it might be lasagna for him, and then for you, it's not the lasagna.
And then there's the other, there's a Mugwanya preparatory very near there, yes. Which has breakfast, I think, as one bun. I
don't. The truth of this matter is, international. International education. It is okay. The reason why I decided to go through that system. Before COVID, my children were in the local curriculum. They were doing local education. But after COVID, I discovered that their performance dropped, though we're doing online classes, dropped tremendously. So we had friends that were doing international school, and they were way above my kid. And also, when I look at the performance when they were doing local education, compared to what they are doing now in Kamboja, they are way above their performance when they were doing local. So also, environment when the child go to school also matters. You understand? So that's me as Martial. I don't want to force it to anyone, but that's my observation, me as Martial.
Very, very interesting. When you look at rugby in Uganda, what do you think needs to change?
People might say.
Or what do you think what can be bettered?
People might say because I'm the under-20 coach. Trust me, we need to invest in developing rugby. The grassroots, we need to develop. Look at Kenya, look at Zimbabwe, they went back into, developing rugby from the grassroots. All the time when I watch the final of Smack and Go and Nami, I cry for the talent that Uganda have. That most of the time, after they finish school, you don't find some of those players. They disappear because there's nothing for them. After that, there's nothing for them to be able to play. That's why sometimes they even organize their own game. Sometimes when they are on holiday, because they yearn to play the game, but unfortunately, it is still not happening in Uganda. I believe if we were tapping into that, trust me, the national team 15 will be amazing. Will be very, very amazing.
There's one thing I had forgotten to ask you. In regards to traditions, Cameroon versus Uganda, are there any similarities or differences when it comes to when it comes to marriage?
A lot. Though here is more expensive.
Here is more expensive.
Compared to ours. It's more expensive compared to others.
You married from what tribe?
Lugbara.
The people in the north or the northwest. Is that east or west? Those people are not cheap.
But they are good people, man.
They are good people, yes.
Very, very good people. I love my.
Is that one of the cultures where people have to crawl to enter the compound? Okay, still talking about the differences. Of course, Cameroon.
Yes.
How is rugby in Cameroon at the moment? I don't know if you have any.
Yes, we are trying to catch up with the East Africa rugby. And it's going to be ironically, we have a lot of professional play in France.
Really?
Yes, a lot.
Is it because of the francophone connection?
Yes, we have a lot playing. We have a lot, but back home, it's literally, one good thing with, no offense to my countrymate, Cameroon. One good thing with Uganda is that, when people love something, at least they try to put an effort, no matter how small it is.
Yeah.
You understand? They try to put an effort to make sure this thing grow to something better. But in my country, it's the opposite. It's the opposite, and for me, is one of the things that I've seen. One of the amazing things that I've seen with Uganda is that you know Cameroonian, we have all the sizes.
Yes,
we have all the sizes. So if we put just
West
some seriousness,
Africans are big.
yes. If we put seriousness, things are going to go like from here to there. But I look the difference between our sportmen and then Uganda sportmen. Is I'm going to tell you, Uganda have heart.
Yeah, East Africans
they have skills, individual skills. Look at how small we are, but we are able to challenge people who are twice bigger than we are in Uganda. So, for me, that, and not to insult anyone, they do it for the love, because there's no money in sport in Uganda.
How long can we perpetuate that? I don't know. I don't know if I should call it a stereotype. And I've noticed it is put ahead by a lot of the old school players. But don't you think sport should be one of the avenues where people earn money or earn a living?
Let me tell you.
If we remain with that mindset, don't you think the sport is going to remain like that?
Let me tell you something.
Yes.
Those old players who are thinking like that, because they are not involved in the game. Me, I'm involved in the game. Money should be in that game, because you don't give money to player now, you will not have a team.
Yes.
You will not have a team.
So now, without a sponsor, how are you guys handling that at Rhinos?
Money come from individuals. Pocket. All what we do now is just transport refund. But I can tell you, the moment I'm able to give contract to players, you see Rhinos in a different dimension.
Okay.
If I can do half of what the Hiddens is doing, Pirate or Cops, trust me, you find Rhinos in different dimension. Because you see, people are getting, young youth are getting job, and then sometimes they want to come with training, but what am I gaining from my training?
What am I gaining?
Let me focus on my job, so that because I can make, I have a deal I need to bang here to make more money. So training I can go on Wednesday.
Yeah.
You understand? That is what is happening. That is what is happening.
Yeah.
Students, man, let me focus on my paper. I go to Rhinos, they just give me transport refund, so let me stay. You understand? There's nothing that, so much more as they love the game, but there comes a time, a guy say, but I've given 3 years here. What have I gotten?
What have I gotten?
You understand?
Yeah.
And then he start wearing him down slowly. You need to go and talk to him, to be able to bring him back. And when he comes back still with that same doubt.
Yes.
There's nothing that have changed. You understand? We in my team, I've had so many scenarios. I don't want to mention names. So many scenarios. Somebody was even going for a different team, but the moment we got him a job, he became an ambassador of the team. Now he's playing with his heart out like if there's no tomorrow. So these are just small things. So rugby has evolved. It's not our days that we used to play without. You have to make sure you bring. No, seriously, it's not our day we used to play rugby. We need to put money into rugby.
How do you safeguard the common predicament of losing players to the big three teams, Cobs, Heathens, and Pirates?
Well, it's a reality that...
What can management do to stop that? Because if that continues happening, then we'll always keep in a loop of having, I don't know what a three-team dominance would be, because I know one would be a monopoly, I know two would be a duopoly.
I don't think the problem is management or even the union. The problem is the player themselves.
The players?
Yes.
But players want to go where they think there is a future.
And then they don't play.
That's the unfortunate bit.
You understand my point?
Yes.
So, which future are you getting? People don't even see you. You understand?
Yeah.
Stay where you know you are going to be seen.
Yes.
And then the more you play, the more experience you gain, and then the more you'll be seen from the national team or from whoever. People are watching Uganda rugby now abroad there. You never know where the opportunity might come.
Yeah.
So when you go in a team because they are winning trophy, no offense to the team that they're winning. Definitely play good rugby and people are going to follow you.
Yeah.
And kudos to them on that. But the player has to understand that if I want to grow, I need to be on the field every day.
Yeah.
So, but when I go to a team where I might pass 2-3 weeks without playing rugby, then I'm in the wrong place. So I don't want to talk about the team. The team, everybody will want to win.
Yeah.
So I would look where I have loopholes and then try to see who I can bring in to be able to close that gap. It is seen worldwide, everywhere. So it's up to the player. Do you want to go and be a second feeder where you were playing in a team where you were a first feeder? So that is the thing. So players need to come to that, because there are some players who leave and then they go to other club.
Yeah.
There are over 100 or let me say 60 players who are not playing. So what are you doing in that club? Go somewhere where you are going to play, and then you show your talent.
Yeah.
So my problem, I will just put it on the player.
What's your favorite food?
God have mercy. My favorite food is the Cameroonian food.
Cameroonian food?
Yeah.
Which Cameroonian dish is that you enjoy the most?
I will say it and you will think that I'm lying. You know the mululuza?
Mululuza?
Yes.
In Uganda, the one they call mululuza?
Yes, the one that treats malaria. Is one of our delicacy.
That bitter thing?
Yes.
Okay.
I cook it to you with ginut, fresh ginut, blended ginut. You will not even know that thing is bitter.
Okay.
With dry fish and then some meat.
In Uganda, where do you go to get any
There's
Cameroonian food?
everywhere.
No, I'm saying, is there any spot in Uganda where you can get Cameroonian food?
Why should I go and get when I can cook it myself?
Cook it yourself.
You know, one thing with the Cameroonian, firstborn from our family, our mother don't joke with us, we cook. If you are lucky that you are a firstborn as a man,
yes,
you can ask my wife, she will tell you. When I enter in the kitchen, even my children are happy. Yes.
What's your biggest fear?
Every man's biggest fear is failure.
Failure.
Yes.
Okay.
Failure in my career, in rugby, failure.
Okay.
In my family, failure. That's my biggest fear. Failure. Yes.
So, what mantra do you live your life by? What saying do you live your life by?
One step at a time.
One step at a time.
Yes. There's a time it was on my GP. One step at a time.
Okay.
Now what is on my GP is one hurled.
One what?
One hurled.
One
hurled.
One hurled.
Yes, because I deal both with animal and human.
Okay.
Hurled.
Oh,
yes.
one hurled.
Yes, one hurled.
Okay.
I deal both with animal and human, so I just put one. But before it was one step at a time.
Okay, so as we start to conclude, first there is a segment where I'm going to show you a picture and you tell me what you think or what was happening in that particular moment or what you think about a particular person. So, of course, for those that will be watching, we shall display them, but just to start with this one, the first one. That comes to mind when you see Brian Odong.
Brian Odong is an icon. It's a captain.
An icon.
Yeah, captain perfect. These are the players who drove me. They were younger than me, but they were making me younger because I had to work extremely hard to be able to what? To meet. Yes.
Robert Seguya.
Oh, may so rest in
Late?
peace.
Yes.
Legend. It transformed Uganda rugby. One of the few black who decided to take Uganda rugby and made an impact more than the white that they bring from South Africa. Yeah.
Albert Wafula, the late as well.
Wow. I came when, unfortunately, I did not play under him, but just his training
Yeah.
will show you which type of person he was. He had the charisma, he had the passion, he had the love for this country.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, so legend.
John Musoke?
I am who I am because of him.
Okay.
Yes, because he's the one who taught me how to coach, how to bring the team together, how to give back, because he was giving from his pocket. So I am in rugby. I am who I am because of. Yes.
Asuman Mugera?
Good teammate, solid boy. Yeah, always looking for that challenge. Yes.
And yourself in a Sherry Miller jersey, holding your head at the time. I don't know what was the problem. What was going on in this particular photo?
That particular photo is, we lost the ball in the 22 that cost us a game.
That cost you a game?
Yes. So I just put the hand on the head and then, yeah.
Okay. Today, which front row players catch your mind, or you give which front row players ideally do you look at today and you're like, these boys have a future in the game?
There's the hidden front row, the former Rhinos player, the former Warriors player,
Albright Semper. Yeah. Okay.
Ironically, let me tell you, Martial Babo, I wanted him before he went to Hidden because I saw him playing at Warriors and I said this guy is going to be a menace. But unfortunately, what he wanted, I could not afford. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's a front row from Rhinos, Chiaga.
Who?
Chiaga. And Oboy.
Okay.
Oboy, we don't have number 3.
Oboy, yeah.
Yes, we don't have number 3 in the country. And I can bet you if those guys decide to really put the work. I look at, because Oboy as a number 3 has it naturally. The form and everything, because I played that position, before I played both 3 and 1 in the national team. So, and then Chiaga as well. So, and there's a Pirate under 20 prop that I took.
Could that be Edson Ariho?
Yes.
Okay.
He just needs time.
Just needs time.
He just needs time. It's going to be very good. Actually, I'm happy what they've done to him.
Yeah.
He was playing 1. Now they've put him at number 3. That's...
Okay. Let's jump into a bit of trivia now.
Yes.
5 questions we normally ask guests when they come around. First one being, it's not necessarily about rugby, but there'll be maybe some rugby questions here and there. And I included some football questions since I knew you have a passion for football as well. Which country won the first ever World Cup in 1930?
Jesus Christ. 1930.
Yes, the first ever FIFA World Cup.
It's not Brazil. Brazil. I think I'll pass.
You pass. The country was Uruguay.
I know it's not Brazil.
The second question. In what season was the European Cup rebranded to the Champions League? In what season was the European Cup rebranded to the Champions League?
Why are you taking me to this
You wanted me to ask you about money.
No, I'm not a Man U fan.
You are?
I'm a Chelsea fan.
Chelsea.
A proud one, yes.
I'm sorry for the stress you've gone through this season. But it was the 1992 season, 1992 to 1993 season, when the European Cup was rebranded to the Champions League. Okay, let's jump into rugby now. In which country was rugby invented?
UK.
Pardon?
England.
I'm going to give you 3 options. Or you don't need them.
UK.
The UK.
Yes.
Specific? Which
That's where a guy
specific? Which country specifically in the UK?
England.
England.
Yes.
Yes, you're very right there. I think these ones are too easy for you. In Uganda, we predominantly play rugby union as a form of rugby.
Yes.
But there is another form of rugby called rugby league
Yes.
that is played mostly in Australia, in England, and in New Zealand. In rugby union, the team has 15 players on one team, on one side. In rugby league, how many players are on a team to start?
I think it's still 15.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
They are 13.
Oh, okay.
They are 13, and when you score it a touchdown or put the ball down past the try area, it is 6 points, and then you have to score 1 extra. I hope I'm not confusing it with American football though. And then the final question. Let's come back a little bit to Uganda. What is the staple food of Banyoro people?
Staple food of Banyoro people.
This is a bit of southwest there. Hoima, Masindi, Fort Portal.
I think it's it portion.
Their staple food is millet bread, also known as akaro. Or in Uganda, akaro.
Sorry.
So anyway, let's jump into a bit of the fans' questions as we close.
Hey, fans have questions.
Yes, some fans wanted to ask you interesting questions. The first one being, the toughest opponent you faced at prop.
Yeah, as I said.
The white man.
Yeah, the white
Do you remember his name? What's his name?
I don't know.
You don't know the name. Okay. An ideal 15 for you. Starting 15. Who would you put in your front row? It's okay, you can include yourself as well.
No, for at this
Ever that you've seen, that you've played against, an ideal 15. Starting with number 1.
I'll go with the whole team that won the Elgon Cup in 2012.
Elgon Cup in 2012.
Yes.
So number 1 was that you playing loose-head?
You know, I was playing tight head at that time. I was playing.
Who was playing loose?
I think I was playing.
BOD?
No, Adigas.
No, is the tight head. It was Adigas.
Yes, and
Asuman
then
Mugera.
No. I think
Alex.
I play with BOD.
With BOD.
Yes, I play with BOD.
So you were at loose-head.
Yes, loose-head.
Then Alex
Mubiru. Yes, and then you have
yourself.
Yes.
The locks.
Matayo and
Matayo.
I think it was Mulo. Yes,
Yeah,
Mulo.
Mulo. 6.
No. Lock was Mulo and Matayo was a flanker.
Okay.
Matayo was a flanker.
Yeah.
Was Mulo and I think it was his brother Romano. Yes.
Is it Romano?
No. Yes.
Was Victor still playing?
No, Victor Wadia.
Yes.
Victor Wadia, yes. Victor Wadia and Marvin Odon was one of the flanker. And then Matayo was flanking. And then number 8 who had Scott Olwatch. Yes.
Who was your scrum half?
The scrummer was I think it was Chiwanabi. Yes. 10 was who?
Who was 10? 10 in 2012 must have been... interesting.
I think it was Chiwalabi, because Magomo was not there at that time.
Magomo was still finding himself.
Even, he was not Edmond, because Edmond was not there. Is it Edmond?
I'm thinking...
Anyway, I
think it was Chris Lubanga. Opa.
Yes, I think it was. Yes, Opa. Opa. And then you had
number 9. Was Faizo still playing? Gamma?
Yes, Gamma was the number 9. Yeah, Gamma was the number 9.
Who are the centers?
Center, you had. We had Stone. And Timothy Modola. Yeah, I think Michael came off the bench if I'm not mistaken.
Wingers,
we had Alan Musoke.
Yeah.
And who? And I think it took
Felix Lubega or Dennis Etuket?
In between yes, I think it was Dennis Etuket.
Okay.
Yes, Dennis Etuket.
And fullback
was who?
Was that Benon?
I think it should be. It should be Kiza Benon. Yeah, it was Kiza Benon, if I'm not mistaken.
How do you deal with criticism? People that criticize you when you are playing and criticize you now as a coach. I mean, there is one of the comments that came out that why was your team not taking the points this previous week when they could have taken the points and perhaps beaten Pirates in that first leg of the playoff quarterfinals?
Thank you. The reason behind that is because for some reason the kicker was not confident. Yes. Because my gameplay is that anytime, especially with this new format, the 3 points are very important. If you discover when I had Chirabo, he would take, even when you know that he's going to lose, he would take because they will kick back to us, so we still have position.
Yes.
So, but unfortunately, my flyer was not confident.
Okay.
And the decision making by the captain was also wrong because he could not do that decision on pitch. Yeah. Okay. No, critics are very okay. They are very good. It might sound sometimes insulting, it might sound sometimes hard.
Yeah.
But when you go down, you sit and then you look about it, it makes you better. Because everybody who does not like critic, trust me, you will never improve in life.
Okay.
Critic make you to become better and to work hard to achieve whatever. And it is, and that's what the fans are there for.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, any last words to players, to fans, and to anyone watching this podcast?
First of all, I want to give a shout out to Rhinos ESCOM.
Okay.
I cannot name all of them. All the Rhinos ESCOM. A big shout out to my technical team. A shout out to my players. I just want them to believe in themselves. They are at that level of the top 3 teams. So they just need to believe and make things happen. To my lovely wife and my children.
Is your wife a Rhinos fan?
Who is she going to support?
She could be a Cubs fan.
No. So what are we together? Why are we together?
That is sports.
No. So why if me also I go and support a different team that is playing volleyball?
Hey.
How is she going to look at me?
Hey.
The atmosphere at home is going to be bad.
By the way,
you understand?
Watching volleyball is very interesting, but I will not mention why.
And to the union for what they are doing. I know it's tough out there. Regardless of the critic, we just need things to be better. We just need the country to smile in winning. So sometimes when we talk about them, it's not an insult. It's just to always keep them on their toes so that they do better. So, but regardless, we thank them for this new format. is very engaging, very, very engaging. And then to the fans, without you, we are lost.
Yep.
The fans, we need you guys. We thank you for all the time coming to support, paying for your interns, to support the players. We appreciate you massively. Continue to grow the brand of rugby. To Nile, I say thank you to Nile for sponsoring the league, sponsoring the union, the national team, both male and female, 15, and it's not easy. We thank you guys, regardless. And to Postcard, thank you for making dreams come true.
Okay.
Thank you for showcasing us out there.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Martial Tchumkam's story. Hope you enjoyed it and look out for more stories to come. Cheers.
Cheers. I hope it wasn't that bad.
Thanks for listening in. Share with us your thoughts from today's episode, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.